Welcome to a new episode of Project VRS. Today we are not in the garage, today we are out on a road trip because we are on our way to Mumbai. Today we are going to be doing the dyno testing of our beloved VRS, and there is no dyno in Pune, so we are on our way to N1 equipment to dyno test the car and see what's it actually pushing. So today is a good day, we are going to be learning a lot, and stay tuned to learn everything about it.
I'm back on my bullshit, yeah, the sleep off that cushion, yeah, I can't with no rushing, yeah, started fatigue, now going full speed, this is not for the weak, not for the weak.
So we are on the way to Mumbai, halfway there, we are crossing Lonavala. We are going to almost hit the ghats now, and we are quite excited to see what the car is actually going to be doing in the ghats. So we are going to be sitting in the VRS now soon, and we'll get our reactions from there. There's no light. There's no light.
Making them big stop and then move. Study up how it goes. I mean, little study went to the moon. Study, yeah, she wild. Study, she gone on the wild. Yeah, she do it for a side. She only do it in a Rari.
So we have arrived at N1 Racing where the dyno is. We are going to be putting up the car right now, and we are going to do some test runs. What we are going to be doing is putting up, connecting the computer as well to the OBD port, and change the file and change the setup of the tune while doing the dyno runs. So stay posted. I'm here with Mr. Anand Pitawala. He is the owner of N1 Racing, and he's just going to explain to us how is the dyno going to work on the VRS, and what's the process, how to find out what the horsepower of the car currently makes.
So good afternoon everybody. So basically something about the dyno. This is like a Mustang dyno, a load cell dyno which we bought from US. The dyno comes with its own load cell, so it gives us accurate crank horsepower readings as well as wheel horsepower readings. To a lot, the Mustang dyno basically it's a heartbreaker dyno because it gives you actual on-road horsepower of the car. Because usually what happens is a lot of people dyno the cars on inertial dynos, and they don't actually see the real horsepower because the inertial dynos actually after a certain RPM and a speed they take over the wheel basically. Whereas this dyno is actually controlling it with the load cell. So this load cell basically what it does is it actually applies load on the tire, tries to simulate real world conditions and gives you the actual crank and wheel horsepower.
So essentially there will be a sensor that connects to the two rollers.
And controlled with this eddy current here.
And we will be able to find out the wheel horsepower.
Wheel as well as the crank horsepower.
As well as
this is one of the very few dynos in the country which gives you accurate crank horsepower figures. So we actually measured a lot of manufacturers' cars, basically stock cars, and we have matched manufacturer specs with all these horsepower figures on the crank.
And our first step is going to be, as you were explaining, that we will be putting the car on its first run.
Yeah, so initially we do a calibration run, which is to identify the losses which the transmission is putting on the wheels, basically. So depending on the transmission, the losses vary. Basically, it's a manual gearbox or a DSG gearbox, or the new DQ381 or the DQ23. So what we do is we do one run, we take a speed up to 120, let the car coast down from 120 to 0 with the gear in neutral. So what happens is there is no load from the engine at that moment, but there is load from the gearbox. So what happens is it identifies how much of a loss it is taken from 120 to 0 basically, and then that gets stored in the system, and every time you do the runs, it through the sophisticated software what these people use, it calculates the crank and the wheel horsepower accordingly.
Beautifully explained. Thank you so much, Anand. So we've done ECU tunes and TCU tunes before in our channel and you've seen it, but we've never done anything with a dyno. So the way it works with a dyno is that we have a VCDS recorder that takes all the data in, and then we send all the data that we recover from the dyno to our master coder, which is in Greece for e-tuners, and all that data, they will read that data, analyze the data and give us a final map for the car. We will put the map again, run the car on the dyno again and find out the exact power and the perfect file for the car.
Now the guys from Mechanix and e-tuners were installing the final file for the VRS 230. So just for kicks, I asked the team what they thought the wheel horsepower of the VRS will put out.
I think it will do anything between 330 to 340 wheel horsepower. Crank, I don't know, what, 370, 380 maybe.
So much loss in the crank to the wheels.
Yeah, of course, 100%. Yeah.
Tanay,
12%.
Tanay, guesses what it will do?
Somewhere around 330, yeah, at the wheels.
Now let's give equal, like, single digit numbers, because if we know it's 330 to 340, that's what e-tuners gives us.
So it's like a game on.
Yeah, I say 333. 333.
My number, bro, what the hell?
No, well, I said it first.
334. 334.7.
Oh, we're going decimals also. 333. I'm pretty sure 333.
I would have said 333 point something. Shit, very
333.5.
But okay.
Bro, my chhati started shaking. After a long and arduous day, our dyno runs are finally done and our results are in. The car makes around 230 horsepower stock. We have created 330 horsepower today and our runs are over, our car is ready and our episode is done. Our series is also done. Thank you so much for watching. We have so much more content for you guys. So if you guys really like this, please give it a like, a share and subscribe to the channel because there's so much more coming. Thank you so much for watching. This is your boy Bhavneet. See you in the next one.
McRae on the inside, going to take it.
And Senna sprints away. Senna is trying to go through on the inside.
back on my bullshit. Yeah, the sleep off that cushion. Yeah, I came with no rushing. Yeah, I came in to fuck shit up. I'm headed to big things. Yeah, I've started petite. Now going full speed. This is not for the weak, not for the weak. I just wanna get up in the coupe, making them bitches stop and then move.